Hello and welcome, my name is Nilaus. This is episode 48 of our Let's Play campaign, Angels Mods Tutorial Let's Play something. We are doing the majority of the work in our fun, in the Monday and Friday streams, but I will do these intermittent updates. So if you are unable to catch the stream, or you just don't want to sit through the actual building process, but would like to see how the base evolves and the thought process behind it, then that's the purpose of these videos. Okay, so and the previous episode we did construct the purple science up here and the logistics science, and what we've done in the meantime is take every single research that we could. They're now gone, even something like shotgun shell upgrade, whatever, all of it. We now are stuck in science until we either get the modules or we get the yellow science. So we need to slowly work towards the yellow science. Yellow science, let's have a look at it. High tech. It consists of a number of different things. Lithium ion batteries, that means we need lithium. Silicon nitride, well, it's just silicon, it's easy. Speed module, oh, it's difficult here. That's the gold. And electrolysis, we have that. So the big one, aside from the lithium, is actually the electronic logic boards. So the electronic logic boards, if we look at this one, solder, basic electronic boards, transistors, integrated electronics. We have done all of these before because they are part of it. In this one, nothing here that we can't do. So let's look at the superior circuit board. This requires fiberglass and gold that we do not have. The fiberglass is simply plastic and glass, so that's easy. So we need to make glass. The other one is gold, which will be the second one. So the first thing I did today was start working on the glass and then move into the gold. And that's where the trouble starts, because that's actually one of the key difficulties of Angels mods. It's this transition here. The transition from basic electronic board to electronic circuit board is difficult, but this one is, the way I play it is actually even more difficult. Now I'm going to be talking while driving, so we all know how that's going to work out. Why am I driving in there? Drive on the stupid roads, that's why they're there. There we go. Okay, we're driving down to this beautiful little block that we created today. I'm actually going to pick this up because this was something I created, and then it turns out, well, of course I'm not going to use it. So what we have here is a production facility, the most efficient production facility, well, efficient as in using the most efficient recipe for glass. We have previously created glass mixture in this city block, and we did that specifically because we knew we are going to use a lot of glass for the glass fiber. So now we're up here and we're taking the glass mixture coming from just south into this block. The glass fiber goes in and become molten glass. So far that's easy. Now the molten glass has different recipes. Let's look at the glass here. It has several different recipes, 4 of them to be exact. We'll start with this one. This is the least efficient one that takes silicon ore into glass. So that's the least efficient, 4-3, but this one is also highly inefficient. Now the next one, actually I think I need to go backwards. Oh god, that's the second one. 40 molten glass, which comes from the glass mixture, which is only partially, or is only 50% silicon ore. So that's 40-2. The next one is 40-3. And why the hell did I not use this one? 40-4. Ah, damn it. I'm going to use this one instead. That's interesting how no one mentioned it. But I'm using this one, where I need to take lead oxide in and molten lead in and get lead oxide out. The lead oxide comes out here, needs to be processed. That goes out on this belt, goes in here, becomes transformed into lead ingots, and then becomes transformed again into molten lead. All of this is built at ratio, so these 4 support these 9. Yes, 4-9. What an awful recipe. These 2 support exactly these 9, and that one supports exactly this. So all of this is exact recipe, is exact ratio, and then I just built the second one to make sure, because each of these is outputting 2 per second. So that's 18 plus 18, 36. Seems like a good number to get out. So now we have glass. We can use this to combine it into glass fiber. I will not create it as glass fiber out here because I will consider glass and plastic raw materials, and it's only the raw materials I transport, which means they will go up here and in here, and in this block be converted into glass fiber. Because I'm already transporting plastic somewhere. Yeah, plastic is on... No, that's not plastic. This is plastic. The plastic is on the belt or on the bus, the rover bus. And once the plastic is on here, I just add glass and then everyone's happy. Yeah. So the second one was, all right, gold. Well, that's easy, right? Gold. Let me start. All right, in order to make gold plates, we need gold ore. Fine. Well, that's 8 different recipes. That's excellent. This one's a horrible one. It takes 50 mineral sludge into a tiny bit, and it's on an 8-second cycle. So this is crazy. This is C-block level efficiency. Now the cupric, which is something you stay away from if at all possible, because it's a horrible recipe. This one is the one I really wanted because, hey, this is pure gold. Pure gold. So what do we need? We need hybrid catalyst. Okay, well, that's just combining these two. I don't have a problem with that. Then the stereotype, cruthenium, and rubite crystals. That's not in and of itself a problem, but we did not have it at this point. So suddenly we added more work before getting gold. We need to get all these 3 types. But even, well, let's actually get down there. Let's head down there and have a look at what it looks like in reality. And again, I'm not driving on the roads. They're kind of why they're here. Gold, that one. So that's stereotype, cruthenium. Let's start. We started with cruthenium, I believe. So let's go over to cruthenium and have a look, because this block was pretty empty. I'm gonna leave the car. So what I'm doing here is taking from the previous block. We are providing the chunks. Chunks are getting up here. This is good. Let me just check what is actually being produced here. This is... I wonder what that waste product is. It is chloric wastewater. Okay, so that can just be made into saline water. That's not interesting. That goes in here. These unfortunately need hydrochloric acid. Hence, this production facility, it took a while to design, but I'm actually really happy about it. It's working at pretty much ratio. So these are producing 80 times 5, that's 400. This is consuming 100, so I have 4 of them. And it is... Oh dear, I forgot something. Ah, that's interesting. I forgot an outlet for my... Here. If you look at this, again, I'm going to blame all the viewers who did not mention anything about this. No, that's the input, that's the output, right? There we go. That is producing a lot of sodium hydroxide. There. So we need to get the sodium hydroxide out of this, otherwise it's going to run full very soon. It's at 90 already. And here as well, I will need to do something else. Like this, and an overflow valve. That one. And some kind of power there. Huh. Ironically, this is... I was so happy about it before I realized that it wasn't working. Kind of always like that, isn't it? Nope. There. That's horrible. Actually, if you look at it, it's really slow because it's going in and out. If I do this, it's actually a lot easier because it doesn't change the size. And this one is simply going here. There. So this is I'm not gonna say it's working, but it's something I have to do, but it's important. I'm gonna take these and request them somewhere, maybe put them into the network because we need it. But it works at least, but there's something we need to fix next time. Let me just make a little icon here, and also making a little sodium hydroxide icon. That's not where we find the sodium hydroxide. We find it here. And next to it, I will make a little icon that I always use if something is broken, that one. Good. Now, the other one is a lot simpler. This is the stereotype. Stereotype comes from, well, this stereotype recipe comes from sulfuric acid. And at the point, I have two options. Either I can take it in from our central sulfuric acid production facility. It's looking fine. Looking very fine, actually. And alternatively, I can make it on site, because this process here is net positive. The amount of sulfuric acid, sulfuric wastewater produced is more than being consumed up here. So this one consumes 10, but at the equivalent, so two of these, two chunks will produce 50 wastewater and only consume 10 wastewater up here. Plus the fact that not all of the chunks will be used. That means this one will always be fine. Except in very rare situations where this is the only one when I've started it up. So I'm gonna leave it here. This is perfectly fine, and that works. Now then we go back and say, all right, those 2 under 3, let's just do the last 3 so we can get our gold up and running. Move over, back over to this one, the rubite crystals. The rubite crystals unfortunately require nitric acid. And nitric acid is a whole nother world of pain in this one. So nitric acid only comes from barrels or here. It comes from dinitrogen gas, which again, only barrels in here. It comes from nitrogen monoxide, which again, only barrels, or this recipe. And this is where it gets difficult. The ammonia, not a problem. Oxygen, obviously not a problem. The green metal catalyst is a problem. Aluminium ore, we have it, but silver ore we don't have. And now we go back to the silver ore and look at the recipes we have here. Again, they're pretty much the same. And again, this one. However, are we going to build a huge silver ore just to get a tiny bit for the catalyst? I don't like that idea. Now, so what I want to do is actually, I can either do one of these mixed ones, such as this, cruthenium chunks, which I have, which give me 1/6 silver ore and then a lot of other junk that I have to manage. I don't like it. Alternatively, I can do this one, which is actually what I'm gonna do. So all of this just to get silver ore, to get green metal catalyst, to get, where are you? Here. Ammonia into nitrogen monoxide into nitrogen dioxide into nitric acid, which again will be used for only a few things. Rubite crystals. Ugh. So that is a lot of work that we suddenly have to do. Now we have to get silver before we can get gold. And these are marked because they're not ready yet. That means we are facing another problem, and this is kind of where we got to the end of the last stream. We are realizing that over here at the beginning, I built this facility to build mineral sludge, and it was just working off all of this, which was full of slag. What a huge buffer I had. This would never ever run out, except it has run out, and I don't have any more mineral catalyst. And I absolutely must have it. This is 125. These are only, so this one can always be produced at demand, so this is never a problem. This one must have something, in this case slag, but that's where we get into the next part of the problem. And oh, it's this one. This is where we stop. So let's say I want to make mineral sludge. Let's actually do it this way. And hold on. Mineral sludge. So I need to make mineral sludge. I'm going to use this recipe, which comes from slag slurry. There are other versions. Ceramic. I don't think I want. The reason why I don't want the ceramic is because I'm going to lose sulfur in that process. I think I might lose sulfur anyway. Thermal water directly to mineral sludge. That's crazy good. Wow. And where is it? That's the one. Yeah. Slag slurry. Slag slurry comes from 2 different recipes. The slag was the one I started with. However, there's also this one, crushed stone. So I ask myself, do I have somewhere with a lot of crushed stone? Yes. Here. Tons and tons of it. Well, that's not tons. This is 54,000, 54,000, and it gets worse. 153, 150. So these are just huge buffers that should be converted into something useful. So the next thing I'm going to build, instead of converting all of it into stone bricks, which is a bit wasteful to be honest. Also here, there are some big problems. I mean, this is all fun and games. However, there's no balancing. This needs to be done differently. This is built to handle all of these coming in at full ratio, except when they go out then, this ones they stack up independently. What I should be doing here is basically do that so that it gets balanced or redistributed between them. See, this one is completely full and that one blocks back all the way back. Here, this has just temporarily stopped because I don't want to convert any more into this. I have plenty for now. Over 1 million stone bricks. Yeah, I think I'm good to go on that part. What I need to do instead is convert all of it into mineral sludge. The mineral sludge can then be used into 2 things. Mineral sludge can be used into 2 things, both creating silver and titanium or rutile. This doesn't. This is good nonetheless. I don't really need it, but it's something I can always consume in the later phases of the game. This is basically a important crafting material. The silver, and I could also do the gold, but the gold I need in high quantities, so that's never going to work. And tungsten I don't need in high quantities. And the mineral catalyst. You can see this is an extremely fast recipe, while the other one is a very, very slow one. So the primary thing here is I'm going to build a lot of production facility of the miners here, and that's basically where we left off. So you can see this is a classic Angels mod where you say, I'm going to start building this, but I can't build that until I have glass. Okay, glass is done. Then I also need gold. Well, gold, yes, fine, but I can't do that until I have stereotype, platinum, and rubite. All right, let me start making them. And then rubite. All right, I can't do that until I have nitric acid. All right, fine. So nitric acid. Then I can't do that before I have green catalyst. I can't. And then we go back to the green catalyst. The green catalyst needs silver, and silver needs mineral sludge. And that's where we are. So next time we're going to build the big mineral sludge area. We're going to get some nitric acid, get the green catalyst or get products for green catalyst. I think I can build it in here. Can build the nitric acid in here, or build a separate nitric acid location. I might do that because I'm going to need nitric acid other places. Nitric acid here. Rubite, yeah, ammonium. Rocket oxidizer. Yeah, I can use it for different places. Not particularly useful though. Chlororic. Yeah, I probably should make a nitric acid here. That one. Maybe that's a good location to make nitric acid. And then transport it over. Boom, get it in. Create those 3. Move them over. Start making gold, gold, gold. And once we have that gold, I can then make this one, the electronic logic board. And from there, it's proceeding onwards to the next so that we can get the yellow science eventually. The yellow science will be up here in the high tech. Boom. And that's how it goes. So we have plenty of work to do in the next couple of streams. I hope you'll be joining me so you can yell at me for hitting things. You can remind me when I build silly things, or you can come up with great ideas for alternative ways of building it that I don't see myself. So that's all I put into this update video. Thank you very much for joining. I will be seeing you on Mondays and Fridays on stream, or maybe somewhere else on YouTube. Thank you. Bye.